In 1917, Clay County was smaller and much more rural than it is today. Most people were from immigrant families. The population was 21,000, about a third of what it is today. Half of our residents lived on farms. About a quarter resided in small towns across the county. The other quarter lived in Moorhead. Today, 2/3 of Clay County's residents live in Moorhead. The annual income averaged $600, the equivalent of about $16,000 today. A new Ford Model T cost $400. An acre of good cropland went for between $40 and $50. Traveling any distance meant taking a train. Service was good and relatively inexpensive. Moorhead had an electrically powered streetcar system. Horses were still an important part of life. Wagons shared the street with cars. 16,000 horses worked on farms. Most children attended one of nearly 100 one-room schoolhouses around the county. Some districts had horse-drawn buses to transport kids. Others walked a mile or two to classes. Though most farm families owned automobiles and had telephones, very few families outside Moorhead or Barnesville had electric lights or running water. Wheat was the biggest crop by far, followed by oats, potatoes, and barley. County residents generally voted Republican, but the socialist-leaning Non-Partisan League was recruiting members in the county. By fall, the League claimed that 80% of the county's 1,700 farmers had joined. 4,000 county residents, about 20%, were foreign-born. Nearly 70% had at least one parent born overseas. Of those born overseas, 2,000 were from Norway, 800 from Sweden, and 400 from Germany. Moorhead boasted 2 hospitals, Northwestern Hospital, later named St. Ansgar's, and the privately owned Darrow Hospital. Barnesville had a hospital too. Hawley, Barnesville, and Moorhead all had movie theaters. The films were black and white and silent. Visiting neighbors was a major pastime. Some families had hand-cranked phonographs for playing records. Lots of people played musical instruments. Many residents read one or more regional newspapers and subscribed to numerous magazines. Moorhead had largely recovered from losing its lucrative saloon industry to Prohibition 2 years before. The city's largest employers were Concordia College and the Moorhead State Normal School. County residents were well aware of the carnage going on in Europe and were in no hurry to get involved. None of the 7 newspapers published in the county advocated for intervention. Some were overtly opposed to it. The European problem seemed far away.